Yeah, I
help your clients who have already set up to provide solutions for them.
Absolutely. So for our clients, always helps to install solution in that is already done, so it stays there over time, basically permanently.
Okay.
And that means that you source at the local market, like at the shop in the street. It's where old timber structures have been around for decades or even centuries.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the oldest timber structures on Earth are around 1,300 years old, and in Uganda we have a nice example at the Makerere University where
in my former school in primary, there's some old buildings that I fire timber.
Yes, just to preventing, like actually most residential buildings are using prefab timber, and the incidence of fire there is actually not bigger than in any others, like a designated space outside. Okay. We can add cement boards on the veranda to create a fire-safe cooking environment. Good electricians that install wiring across to looking at the statistics, timber
project that you've worked on in terms of
which allows you to build, I think, up around 5 stories high.
Oh, really?
And
5?
For the connection points.
Okay, so first floor is still
timber, concrete, and then all of it on top is timber, modular timber, and so on. So of course there is a lot of engineering that goes into these things to make sure that it complies. And the interesting thing in Europe is now that they're now switching to timber building systems, also for high-rise. So 5 stories already sounds impressive, but one of the 6 meters high, I believe.
6.
Yeah. So and that's a full timber structure, mass timber. A lot of the engineering and architecture companies in Europe are also, developing that knowledge. But in Uganda, the biggest structure that we've built is and we have now a few clients. Yeah.
And of course, I know there are certain kind of regulations in regards to timber cutting and constructions, and of course, compliance. Are there any, in Uganda, any regulations that you need to follow?
Yes.
In terms of cutting and
your plans and technical details and your design is complying with the building codes. And our system is complying with the international building codes, like the Euro code, which is sort of the general European timber structures, but all types of building materials. So that means that the permit drawings, construction process.
Okay, so your clients, or do they have to?
Normally they provide the land.
They provide the land.
Yeah, regardless whether it's an individual client that maybe has our system on development is a piece of land and we can develop that for you, or it's maybe a commercial partner like a project developer for which we are then providing the structures.
Okay, and what kind of foundations do you use for construction?
In Uganda we have 2 options. One option is concrete blocks, which are more or less this size. These blocks we plot out on the site of the client. And then once the foundation is prepared, the entire timber slab and the timber structure is brought in on a truck in the prefabricated frames. And they're basically screwed and connected together, sitting on top of that concrete foundation block. In Uganda we also have another partner in Gulu called Green Home, who produces our foundation blocks made out of recycled, normally not proper. In a few projects we are now doing their recycled plastic foundation blocks, and that also works really well. Okay,
so basically it's not a project that's it is it has to interdepend on the other materials as well, that is concrete and steel and sheets.
You want a roof structure to be properly water resistant, rain resistant, of course. And although thatched roof or grass roofs traditionally are also very effective, they require a lot of maintenance, and they also have some other disadvantages, like for the foundation blocks we have
you don't use this.
Done it yet, because of the price is a bit higher, and you need higher
an element of weight.
Yes, you need stronger roof structures, like on a and there's an interest as a sustainable building material, so they grow floor planks, but also They're also working on a sort of bamboo roof sheet, which might also be an option in the future. I would say super eco.
To try conserve them, though you guys do it in a very sustainable way. Deforestation means towards the environment. That's one. Then two, the structures themselves. How eco-friendly are they?
Okay. Yeah, I can. Let me first dive into the reason why I founded Easy Housing. If you look at the steel and cement and steel both have a huge environmental impact on the environment.
In terms of carbon emission?
In terms of carbon emission, in terms of resources extraction, in terms of environmental pollution, cement factory, and for production then ends up in CO2 emission. The global waste from industry, percent of all resource extraction show that the traditional wind emissions, but it's also the local environmental impact and sustainably sourced construction technologies. So that also relates to your is unrelated, and the fact that people are still heavily doing non-controlled ways. Another reason is like agricultural land use that causes deforestation, for example, for cattle keeping. And of course, another driver for deforestation is what you see happening in the Congo Basin, is that tropical hardwoods or illegally that timber is being sourced from natural forests. So that's one of the reasons that the Congo Basin, the Congo forests are being depleted. So that is a very different. Sustainable forestry companies are actually, there was no forest, it was agricultural land. And so, for example, Busoga Forestry Company has planted, I think, over 15,000 hectares of forest, which were not there before.
We shall take a break, and when we come back, Mr. Behrens will give us more on timber construction this season for the best Christmas packages, DAP discounts on standard rooms, come for a 5-star rating. Property 360 on Smart 24, television, driving business.